Thanks again for tuning into Millennial Diligence. My name's Tom. Today I wanted to talk about the White House's attempt to lower credit card late fees to $8. It just got blocked. It was supposed to go into effect today, but a judge struck it down. I want to talk about what the rule was supposed to do and what I think the unintended consequences were going to be. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau decision to limit fees was set to go into effect today. Here's what that halt means for your money. This is an article from CNET written by Tiffany Connors. So they were planning on doing this limit to late fees. They were going to go from basically an average of $32 down to $8. I think on the surface, this was a really good plan, and I think it might have worked initially. It may have stopped the bleeding for many people that were facing late fees, but I think the downstream effects of this would ultimately be very bad. On Friday, U.S. District Judge Mark T. Pittman put a pause on the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's rule to slash most credit card late fees from 32 to 8. So a judge stepped in and said, this is too fast. We shouldn't be doing this quite yet. Yada, yada, yada. You know, this is normal. This was kind of coming on really fast, and regulators and lobbyists have to get together and they have to hash all this stuff out before things basically go into effect. Their case was that the fees are essential. This is the credit card company's case. The fees are essential for deterring customers from making late payments. I mean, that's debatable. I mean, yeah, it's going to deter them, but it's also just going to, those late fees just get tacked onto the principal. So it's just going to push you further into debt. I don't know how much of an incentive it is to just bury them in more debt, basically. The rule that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is trying to implement would save an average of $10 billion in late fees annually for customers. On the whole, this sounds very good. That makes sense. But as we all know, these credit card companies are not going to leave without their pound of flesh. I think the downstream effects of this going into effect, when it does, is we are going to see interest rate hikes, and we're going to see all kinds of little other fees come into play. We're talking about, if you want to get a paper statement, I mean, that's going to be a fee. If you're going to want certain access to certain features of your card, it's going to be nickel and diming you along with high interest rates. That's the whole thing. We're going to see higher interest rates. I mean, I've seen figures as close to 39.99%. They always get you on that 39.99, like you're getting some kind of deal. Imagine paying 40%. What are the rates at now? 24%? This is ridiculous. So I think in theory, this law or this regulation is a good idea, but for the most part, it's a small Band-Aid on a larger wound, which is credit card debt. People are drowning in credit card debt in this country. That's why on this channel, I am imploring everyone watching this right now to get out of credit card debt as soon as possible before these high rates kick in. Because I think, honestly, the days of 0% balance transfers and that kind of thing, those are going the way of the dodo. We're going to see like 8% balance transfers, that kind of thing, with higher origination fees. So some people don't know, when you get a balance transfer, it isn't just a one-to-one, your whole balance goes over. You pay an initial fee, and then you get a promotional APR for a certain term. What I think is going to happen is we're not going to see any more 0% balance transfers. We're going to see 5%, 8%, 10% with an additional origination fee. So I'd say before this rule goes into effect and before we see the downstream effects of these $8 late fees being instituted, I would implore you to get out of debt as soon as possible. This is just a small Band-Aid, but you know the credit card companies, they're gonna have an olive branch in one hand and a knife in the other. They're going to get their money. So don't think this is all altruistic from the Biden White House. They're going to get paid as well. So what do you guys think in the comments? Do you think this is a good move? I mean, this is obviously where it's heading. They're probably going to have to hash it out in the courts to make this thing happen, but it looks like it's going to happen. What do you guys think? Do you just stay away from credit cards like I advise? Do you use a credit card for your business? Are you responsible? Do you pay it off? Because I know that's a whole other thing. If you're responsible, you can use them to your advantage in some regards. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments about this rule and then just credit cards in general. Thanks again for tuning in to Millennial Diligence. My name's Tom. We'll see you in the next one.